Hello there folks, Johnny here. So, a bit of a different video this time. I don't usually make any kind of announcement videos or anything. If I announce something, it's usually in the form of a community post. But this time I feel like a simple post, a wall of text, is not going to cut it this time. So, I have a few things, at least 2, maybe 3 things I need to go over. And let's get the neutral stuff first out of the way. I don't know how many of you guys remember, but I meant to do a special kind of montage for the 24th of October, which is Johnny's birthday. I meant to do a montage featuring the fairly recently released XX Accent Core plus R overhaul mod that was released for Johnny. I was planning on using it, and I do have a couple of videos where I'm using it. Well, the birthday video that I ended up making where I was just playing arcade, which obviously wasn't that great. And then there was the Elfelt Wednesday the following week, which I have a feeling that quite a few did actually see because it performed surprisingly well, and I'm pretty happy about it. So yeah, there are a couple of videos featuring the mod, and I have returned to actually working on the montage again. It's going to happen eventually, and that eventually, as for now, is going to be the 25th of December, the Christmas day. So, kind of a Christmas gift from me to you, which is obviously kind of a mistake, because obviously a lot of people are going to be busy that day. They're going to be spending time with their families and so forth. But I don't care. I'm trying my best to just do things the way I want to do, not in the way that would create the most views. The views don't matter to me that much anymore. I'm trying I need to focus on something else than the numbers. I was already disappointed enough that I wasn't able to reach 1K subscribers this year, as in within the first year of doing this, which it hit me harder than what I want to admit. But that doesn't matter right now. So, the Accent Core plus R montage, well, the Accent Core plus R mod montage, it's going to happen in time. The deadline is the 25th. If I actually manage to make it before that, then in a way that I'm happy with, that it's not rushed or anything, then it will happen earlier, and I will let you guys know. Obviously, I want as many people to know about it as possible. But if I don't manage to do it before that, then I don't manage to do it before that. Then it lands on the day, and it gets eaten up by the fact that people are not likely to be watching anything at all on that day, considering it's not everyone obviously is celebrating Christmas on that day. There are other holidays within that time frame, or on the actual day, I'm pretty sure. So that obviously doesn't just single out the specific group of people, but it's still a risk. But I really don't care about it. I'm going to do it. It's going to happen, and I just hope that I manage to do the most of it. And then there's the other stuff aside from the montage, and this is way more serious. This is this is really big for both my channel and myself. I'm going to do a rebrand. I don't feel like sticking to the Johnny Guilty Man persona is doing it for me anymore. For a few reasons. One of them, the most obvious one, is that I'm just restricting myself into making very specific kind of content, which is, playing Johnny either in Guilty Gear Strive or the other Guilty Gear games he appears in. And it's getting difficult to do things the way it's getting difficult to actually make the most of it, like actually doing something special anymore out of it. I just feel stuck. And it has made me feel like every time I attempt to make videos either on other Guilty Gear characters, like, I don't know, obviously I made Elfeld Wednesday a recurring thing, and she's quite obviously my secondary. But then there are the times I just want to go back to Nagoriyuki, who was my original main and the character I played before Johnny even was in Strive and Slayer. So there are other characters I want to play, not just Johnny. But because of the way I pretty much characterized my channel, I often feel like I can't allow myself to play other characters, to spend enough time on other characters to actually learn them and do cool stuff with them. Because I've forced myself pretty much into a cycle where all I can do is play Guilty Gear Strive, play Johnny, and just keep on playing, keep on getting clips of my matches, getting more content as Johnny, to the point that I can't allow myself to play much other Guilty Gear characters, let alone play other games outside of Strive. I have other fighting games outside of Strive. You've obviously seen the older Guilty Gear games. You've seen me play Xrd, you've seen me play Accent Core, and well, obviously I've been playing Johnny in those, or Elfeld in Xrd. But then there are the other fighting games like Grand Blue versus Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising and Blast Blue Central Fiction. But I have maybe 10 hours at most on those other games. Meanwhile, I have 1200 hours on Strive. And I never let myself actually spend more time on those other games. I don't allow myself to get better at them, to actually have fun in them, and then possibly do content on them because I ended up stuck with the feeling that I need to be playing Johnny, I need to be playing Guilty Gear Strive, because that's what people expect from me. And I don't want that anymore. I want to do more things. I want to do things that actually make me happy, instead of being stuck in a eternal cycle of playing Johnny and not even having that good of a time anymore, because I'm doing it so much, because I'm forcing myself to play more and more and more of Johnny to get content, to get matches to make videos out of, at a pace that isn't even healthy for me. I used to do videos on a daily basis, and then when did it even happen? Was it in March or something? I switched to the every other day schedule, which was like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, and then again Monday. So it's not a perfect every other day, but basically every other day. And even that proved, it has proven to be too much for me. I still end up with the feeling of that I need to catch up, I need to do more. And even when I do that, I don't end up being happy with what I'm doing, because obviously my content is incredibly simplistic. It's literally just me playing Johnny matches, just me sitting a few minutes in DaVinci Resolve and cutting the excess stuff like the loading screens and such away, just to make the obviously make the video more nice to look at. Just doing the bare minimum just to get something out. And I've started to hate myself for that. I feel like I know I have potential to do so much more, to make so much better content, as I have proven with the few montages that I have made so far. Because though it's not just the final product that I've been much happier with, whether it's the original, the Dandy, the Samurai and the Outlaw montage and the remake of it that I released in the June of this year, or the other ones like the original Johnny birthday montage from the October 24th of the last year, or the April Fool's montage, or the 500 subscriber special montage. All of those, obviously, they're an example of the fact that I can do better. I can make something better if I just give myself enough time and actually put my mind into it. And on top of that, I actually enjoy the creative process. Obviously, it's not that different to play Guilty Gear and try to get the actual clips to use, and trying to hit like nice combos or insane stuff like that. That's still kind of ends up being a bit repetitive. But then when I do have everything I need, when I'm gathering the clips from my replays, and when I actually move them to my editing software and start working on them and start putting them into an order, seeing things lining up, that's what actually makes me happy. It makes me excited. It makes me enjoy what I'm doing. And I want more of that. And which leads me to the main subject. So not only am I going to rebrand, I'm going to stop being Johnny Guiltyman. I'm going to stop being the Johnny guy that I became simply because, you know, I started being recognized on the Guilty Gear Strive high level gameplay YouTube channel. I used to comment there every time there was a Johnny match, and people started to recognize me. People started to recognize me outside of those videos, like they ran into me in other videos and realized that it's, you know, me, the same guy. And that gave me the spark to start making videos of my own and start riding the, you know, the recognition that Johnny has as a character. But after over a year of doing this, it's not doing the same thing anymore. I'm not really getting the same hype anymore. I'm not... people don't really even know this when I'm absent or just late commenting on the on those Johnny matches on Guilty Gear Strive high level gameplay, which, you know, I know this sounds extremely egotistical, but, you know, that's what Johnny's about. Johnny has a big ego, and I, with my, at the time I pretty much just existed to roleplay Johnny on those videos, or in the comments of those videos. So, you know, it's fitting. But that's not the thing anymore. I don't do that anymore in the same way, and people don't obviously care if I do or do not. So, in that sense, I feel like basing my channel around Johnny just for the sake of the recognition that Johnny gets, it's pretty much over, and I need to move on. And I need to become something that's me, something that's myself, and start doing things in a way that I'm not restricted to the character of Johnny. So, yeah, that's the reason for a rebrand. And what is that rebrand going to be? Well, I don't know how many of you know this, but I have a second channel. A second channel that actually is what my original intentions of becoming a YouTuber were. I've had dreams of becoming a YouTuber predating even the existence of Guilty Gear Strive, as or my own time spending it. So the being a YouTuber is a long time dream of mine, and I've had a lot of plans for it, all of them which kind of just got put aside when the whole Johnny thing started gaining some kind of traction. So yeah, I do have another channel outside of Johnny Guiltyman, which is called IncognitoRedMode, and where I'm basically playing my own OC, I suppose, a version of me, the Incognito Red character, and that's what I wanted to do for a long time, but it's also what I haven't been able to do because of me being the Johnny guy. And I want to actually focus on that persona of mine. I want to focus on being the Incognito Red guy. which is why after this year ends, after 2025 ends, and 2026 begins, I'm going to stop being Johnny Guilty Man. My channel is going to stop being called Johnny Guilty Man, and it's going to start again as something. I know this what I'm going to say is going to sound extremely unoriginal and whatever, but I feel like it's what describes me the best. This channel is going to be called IncognitoRedFGC once 2026 comes around. And when that time comes, Guilty Gear won't stop being probably the most featured fighting game on this channel. I won't stop making fighting game content. On the contrary, I'm going to be doing more, or at least on more games than just Guilty Gear Strive. I'm going to actually take time and learn the other games I'm interested in, so there is going to be more Blaze Blue, Central Fiction. There's going to be more Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. There's going to be more. Actually, no, there's not just more. There's going to be Under Night in Birth 2 or whatever is it called. I forgot right now. But anyway, there's going to be other fighting games from here on out. And there are going to be under the flag of IncognitoRedFGC. So, and on top of me rebranding, I'm also going to basically eliminate any like super consistent schedule for uploads that I might have had. So I'm not going to be uploading every day. I'm not going to be uploading every other day. Maybe not even once a week. I'm going to be uploading when I feel like it. And when I feel like the video I'm going to upload is worthy of being uploaded. The things are going to get a bit more personal now, so it's not just going to be about rebranding or anything anymore right now. I already mentioned it, how I've been stuck in a cycle of pumping out content as many times a week as possible, and that has put a massive drain on me, and it has made me feel stuck in so many other ways than just creatively, and it has made me feel really, really terrible. I've struggled with depression pretty much before the conception of this channel, or not like that, but I've been depressed for a while, and at first making YouTube videos was kind of my escape and distraction from that depression. I was able to do something that I thought that I liked, that I enjoyed, feel like I wasn't just playing a game that I like, but I was also like contributing to a community that I love. But eventually that just went way too overboard, and it just hasn't been feeling that great. I'm pretty sure that this year, 2025, has been the best example of it. How I've been on so many breaks because I've been burnt out, and not just burnt out, but I've just been so tired and depressed and outright self-destructive. I forced myself to do so much of the same thing over and over again, playing a game way too much, to the point of not enjoying it that much anymore, just to pump out pretty much just content slop as many times a week as possible, to the point that I get so angry at myself for both not being able to do it consistently, but also not being able to evolve and do more things, actually improve either in the game, improve my gameplay as Johnny or whatever character I'm playing, or actually improve my editing skills, make the videos that I already do more interesting, have more sound effects, have more funny. I haven't even learned how to zoom in to something happening on the screen for comedic effect. I haven't done any of that, even though those are things that I think could enhance the work I do quite a bit, even though they would be already as just by themselves, they would be really simple things to do. But I just haven't done it, because I haven't given myself the time to do it. I haven't given myself the time to learn it, because I've been so busy doing one thing poorly for well over a year, almost a year and a half by now. And that has robbed me of so many things. It has taken away my enjoyment of Guilty Gear Strive as a game. It really does feel like a job right now, and people usually hate their jobs and whatnot. But it also has taken away my ability to actually improve in what I'm doing. I don't spend time labbing any combos or set play or any other mechanics. I don't have the time to learn more editing tricks or anything. And I haven't even had time to focus on my real life problems and other stuff. There are so many things that keep crumbling on top of me on a weekly or almost daily basis that are draining me even more, are making me even angrier, are making me even more depressed, to the point of it just spiraling. One of the biggest things being that I'm just a really lonely guy. I spend so much time just in my room, in front of my PC, playing games, making videos on them, being busy with that, instead of giving myself actual time to just, obviously do things that I actually enjoy without forcing myself, doing things at a pace that makes things enjoyable, or just going out there and meeting people to fix my loneliness, actually make real life friends. I do have friends, plenty of friends online. I have my own server, a Discord server, which has been around for, it has been around for a year by the time the montage that I mentioned earlier would come out, because I established the server on the 24th of December of the 2024, and that has been pretty much my main source of social interaction online. I made very good friends there, and I appreciate every single one of them. But that I've noticed that isn't enough. I need more in-person relationships, especially if I even dream to have a chance to get into a serious relationship or whatever, something that I've been extremely anxious about, because I feel like I feel like some kind of a failure on some kind of social level, that I'm as old as I am, in pretty much in my mid-20s, and I haven't been in a single like relationship with not with I haven't have a girlfriend or whatever. And obviously I'm not going to find one if I force myself to be busy creating YouTube videos that don't ultimately mean all that much, because I'm not putting enough effort in them to be proud of them, to actually express my creative side, to actually improve in any way, or even actually make a name for myself. So just as much as I'm going to rebrand my channel, I'm also going to just start giving myself time. Just focus on myself, on my problems. Let myself have the chance to learn more things, whether it is about games, whether it is about editing, whether it's just studies, actually studying for a profession or whatnot, and especially letting myself actually giving myself the chance to not just isolate myself, not just succumb to my social anxiety and shyness, and tell myself that I'm too shy, I'm too socially awkward, I'm too socially anxious to go out there, and then just be dooming in my room about how lonely I am, when I'm not even putting in the slightest effort to fix that. I'm pretty much making this video not just as an announcement, not just to just vent out my frustrations, but also putting out an online, uploading an online milestone, or some sort of way for me to hold myself accountable, something to go back to in a year, in 2 years, whatever, and have realized that I have realized what my issues are and what I could do to fix them. So, to basically wrap things up, I'm pretty much going to pull off a new year, new me kind of a move. I'm not naive enough to say that 2026 is going to be my year, but I'm not going to be pessimistic enough to say that it's just going to be either the same old, or it's going to be a downhill. I'm going to be more realistic. I'm going to make it my year, both in the sense of my channel as a creator. I'm going to start doing things in a way that give me enjoyment and make me able to be proud to go look back on the things I created and actually be proud of myself and feel like there has been progression and I've done something meaningful. And also on a more personal level, I'm going to give myself an actual chance to heal, to do something that could maybe allow myself to break out from my depression. It's obviously going to be a difficult journey. I'm obviously not alone with this, and I don't in any way claim to have it worse than others. There are so many people struggling with depression that have it way worse than I do, and my heart goes out for every single one of you. If you feel like things aren't going the way you're hoping for in your life, trust me, I understand it. Maybe not to the full extent, but I can relate. So, big changes are going to happen. Some that you're going to see firsthand in the form of my channel, and others that are going to be in the background in my own personal life. Me just trying to achieve happiness once more and find something, find what I know is going to be worth living for. So, for now, all I can do is thank every single one of you who has stuck around for this long in this long rant. I didn't expect this to take as long as it did. I just ended up rambling. I didn't have a proper script for this. I meant to do it, but I still didn't, because I wanted to basically speak out of my mind, speak from my heart, and not just read text. And for now, this is the final chapter of me as Johnny Guilty Man, as the silly Johnny guy. There are going to be a few more videos, basically just building up the rebrand and the final montage of me as Johnny Guilty Man with the Accent Core Plus R overhaul mode montage. And after that, it's going to be a brand new chapter. Obviously, none of my old videos are going to disappear. They are still part of me, part of my journey. I'm not going to abandon my life as a Johnny completely. I can't deny how big of a part it is of my life. So I'm not going to delete a single video that I have made so far. I'm simply going to move forward. I'm going to move on into something that I know I'm actually going to be happy with. So until then, until the next video, and until 2026, thank you all, and we'll see you again. See ya.